fellow diamond painting addicts, and welcome back to Diamond Painting Anonymous. I'm Daphne, and I'm here today for this week's WIP and Chat. If you're new here, welcome. If you're not new here, welcome back. WIP, W-I-P, stands for Work in Progress. This is one of my works in progress. You are encouraged to go grab whatever you are currently working on and sit down and join me while I chat. Or alternatively, you can just listen along as I work. So I'm going to get everything set up and zoom in, so don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. Okay, let me start my timer. And I think I've got everything ready to go. I've got my tray, I've got my drills, I've got my multi-placers, and I'm ready to go. So let me pick a color and just jump in. So it's been another crazy week, you guys. So let's see. First of all, this is going to be my 49th WIP and Chat, which means only 3 more, and I will have been doing this for an entire year, which seems crazy. I started the YouTube channel in March of 2021, and yeah, it has been so much fun. I can't believe it's been that long already. It seems like just yesterday I started doing this and thought, yeah, this is something I want to keep doing. So, yeah, a huge thank you to those of you who have been here on this journey with me. Thank you to those of you who are still sticking around. And yeah, I don't know exactly what all is coming next, but I'm excited for it. Lots of changes coming up for me, both personally and professionally. So yeah. Gosh, where do I want to start? I usually start with the life update, I think. So what is my life update? Husband is still in PT. His shoulder is getting better, although I don't think it's getting better like he had hoped. So we may be looking at surgery at some point. I don't know. He's still got a couple of weeks of PT before that decision gets made. But yeah, I don't know what that means for us, so we'll see. And my personal health front, oh my goodness. You guys, doctors frustrate me so much. So my knee has not been where I wanted it to be. It's better. I'm not going to say it's not better. It is better. But I just feel like after maybe a year of messing with it, things are not where I want them to be. My knee feels weak. Like I'll just be walking and it'll give out on me. And I had been gonna call the surgeon, and then I thought, I don't want surgery. What I want is for someone to, give me what other things can I do besides that. And I had a doctor's appointment coming up with my regular doctor to kind of check in on my knee, see where everything is at and all that stuff. Okay. So did all that. They want you to show up 15 minutes early, which my doctor is literally 5 minutes down the street from me. So that's crazy. But I did it anyway, so that I could sit in the waiting lobby for 15 minutes. So they don't call me back until my actual appointment time, which, at least it wasn't after my appointment time. So I appreciate that. Then I sat in the examination room for 15 minutes, waiting for the doctor to come see me. And to literally see him for 10 minutes, for him to tell me that pretty much everything looked good. I needed to do all my regular checkup stuff. He wanted to see me again, make an appointment, and oh yeah, if my knee was still an issue, call the surgeon. And I went, okay. And I thought, what am I doing? I come in, I see these people, and I this is after my appointment got rescheduled because the doctor had a sick kid, and they actually ended up opening the office on a day and time that they're not normally open so that he could see all the people that he needed to reschedule. Now, I'm no issue with them doing that. I have had sick kids. You got to do what you got to do. And my life is such that it wasn't a big deal for me to have to reschedule things. For lots of people, I'm sure it was much more of a headache than it was for me. But I just left there thinking, why did I just pay or have my insurance pay $100+ for literally 2 minutes of this guy's time? And maybe some of it is my fault that I'm not pushy enough as a patient to say, hey, I really, but I mean, I said, the surgeon diagnosed me with bursitis. Whatever she did, whatever shot she gave me, it has gotten better, but it's just not where I want to be. And he's the one, my regular doctor is the one who referred me to PT in the first place. And so I said, do you think PT would go, oh, well, you just need to talk to the surgeon? Do I? So I have decided that I'm just going to call the PT guy. We are lucky enough that our insurance does not require referrals. So I'm just going to call the PT guy myself and be like, hey, here's where I'm at. I want to come back in for a couple of weeks, have you work with me. And now that my pain is gone and I know that it is not, my knee itself, I don't need surgery. Here's what I've been diagnosed with. I feel like it's weak. What are things I can do to strengthen it? I mean, I've been doing some exercises on my own. Um, I've been, my son and I are back to going out for our regular walks, and I'm doing okay. I can't walk for as long as I used to, but I mean, I would assume that's to be expected after, almost a year of not being able to do it. But I don't want to put myself in a situation where, I'm trying to do too much. What I'm hoping is the PT can give me some exercises or things to do that will help strengthen, surrounding muscles and tendons so that while those continue to heal, because I think they are, like I said, it's much better. Um, then I can, continue to do what I need to do. But yeah, I just, after, seeing all that time, 30 minutes for me to see the doctor for literally 2 minutes. And then I still had to sit in the office for like another 10 to 15 minutes because they have to go do all of this paperwork, which some of that drives me crazy true too. Like, again, I understand that some of it is beyond their control. Some of it is just rules and regulations that they have to follow, and I get that. But, everybody these days, they want you to sign up for these, online patient, whatever apps and things so that they can just send things to you through your phone or whatever. I don't want that. Like, I want to talk to a person. I'm not a doctor. I don't want you to send me my lab results and then leave it to me to try and figure out what the heck they mean. Like, that's what you went to medical school for. And that should be what I'm paying you for? So I always, whenever they ask me that kind of stuff, I'm like, no, I don't want to sign up for your stupid patient app. I don't want you to send me things through my phone. I will come in and talk to my doctor. That's the point of having a relationship with your doctor, isn't it? So, anyway, yeah, I was so frustrated when I left there. I told my husband, I was like, why am I doing this again? I mean, I feel like I go and I spend all this money and none of it is helpful. So, why am I spending the money? And, some of it is I probably just my own personality. I have never been a take medications kind of person. Like, I don't even for like my migraines and whatnot, I don't generally take a bunch of medication. I will take like Tylenol or ibuprofen or something like that. But even that grudgingly sometimes. So I'm just not a person that takes a lot of medication or wants to. And, I look at some of my family members who are just a couple of years older than me and are taking, taking a pill because they have gallbladder issues. And then that pill gives them this side effect. So they take a pill for that side effect. And that pill gives them this side effect. So they take this third pill for that. It just seems like a never ending vicious circle and one that I don't want to get into. So, they're always amazed every time I get a new nurse or something when I go in and they're like, well, what medications are you taking? None. What do you mean none? I mean none. I take Tylenol or ibuprofen occasionally. That's it. Or a multivitamin. I don't take a daily medication. And, they look at me like I'm insane. It's like, why should I? I feel fine. So, yeah, again, I just left the whole thing like, ugh. So, anyway, so that's my health update, I guess. Okay, this pen is making me nuts. This glue dot is too sticky. What a thing to complain about, right? I wish I was one of those diamond painters that could place diamonds with tweezers. Never going to happen. I hold things way too tight. All I end up doing is shooting diamonds everywhere because they shoot literally out of the tweezers all over the rooms. So, yeah, that's not ever going to be a thing that I do, unfortunately. I saw a YouTuber that was like, basically, it was like a pink wax 101 or something. And they were like, here's your tip. Don't use it. Use tweezers. Well, that just doesn't work for me. Wish it did, but it doesn't. So, and my placement is not perfect either, but that's okay. It's good enough. So, I'm still learning, still working my way towards things. Actually, sometimes when I sit back and think about how much I've learned since I've started diamond painting, it's kind of crazy. I remember when I first started diamond painting and I was like, what's confetti? What are training wheels? What is checkerboarding? What is, did I say confetti already? What is color blocking? What's the difference between pink wax and how do you multi-place? And yeah, it's kind of crazy. So, and I've been experimenting with other stuff. You guys, if you haven't seen it, I did a video about making cover minders. I have tried my hand at making my own pens, and I'm going to be trying to do some more of that when I have some free time. I need like a block of free time to do it in because just all the stuff that you have to drag out for it and then put it away. I want to just have a big block of time where I can do lots of them all at once. And then that just makes the steps and cleanup and everything easier because I only have to drag everything out once. So, not sure when I'll be done with that video, but at some point. I went the other night, I had some professional training that I had to attend. So I had a webinar that I had to attend, which actually had some good information in it. Kind of made me sad because, I'm not going to be returning to that job. So I don't necessarily need this training. I mean, I'm not going to have probably the opportunity to put it to use, but I figured, hey, I can pass along some of what I learned to the people that I work with. Maybe they'll find it helpful. But it was actually much more informative than I had anticipated. So that was good. we have to have a certain number of continuing education hours each year to maintain licensure requirements with the state. And I probably technically don't have to finish mine because I won't be there next year. But just for my own, I don't know, work ethic, whatever you want to call it, I don't want to not do it. Yeah, I'm not going to be there, but so I went out and signed up for a couple of other classes that I'm going to be taking this week. That will get me to my goal, and then I will only have one more class that I will need to take, which unfortunately doesn't happen until after the last day of school, but it is in May. And then at the end of May, I will be done with everything. School will be done. Um, I will be done with all my training, and I can walk away feeling good about having accomplished everything that I needed to. So that's the plan. Um, yeah, it's kind of weird though, because I mean, I've had this job for 5 years, and it feels weird to think about not doing it just because that's kind of been my routine and my norm for the last 5 years. But, I don't know when things are going to change. Um, Now that we have finally submitted all of our paperwork for Canada, I don't know, how long it's going to take for all of that to process. And we have a lot of things that we need to get done around our house. We need to start making decisions about what's going with us, what's not going with us. If it's not going with us, what are we doing with it? Um, you know, Getting rid of stuff if we're not going to take it with us, packing up some stuff if we are. Um, yeah, so just making those kind of decisions. And then I am trying to figure out what I want to do. Because I'm now to the point that I'm seriously considering basically launching an adjunct kind of small business to go along with the YouTube channel. I still want to continue to grow the YouTube channel, of course, and I will continue to work on that. But I'm now, thinking about branching out from there. And I have a lot of research to do still to figure out where I want to branch and how I want to do things, um, and see where I want to go. And I don't, this kind of a business is all brand new to me. I've owned businesses before, but they've basically been kind of brick and mortar places. And since this is going to be more, well, essentially right now, at least, it is more basically just content creation. And then at some point, I may decide to make some physical products. I don't even know about that yet. Um, but, just kind of where do I go from here? And, I'm old enough that when I was running my other businesses, online business was not really a thing. And so, I've dabbled here and there with that kind of stuff, but I just feel like I need a little bit of guidance and research to really make me feel comfortable with where I want to go. And also, I want to do some research and see if what I'm thinking of is going to be even feasible. You know, I guess market research to see. Plus, I do need to do some research into, it's a little more complicated for me, whether I want to do it now before we go, whether it would be better to wait until we are in Canada. Um, so yeah, just lots of questions. And so, and, also we've been trying to kind of sock money away for the move. I mean, we're going to be selling our house here, but, you know, more money is never a bad thing. And so also, not kind of knowing what my husband's um, physical abilities are going to be, at least here for the short term, and whether or not that's going to put him out of work for a little while. Just trying to save up kind of what we can and figure out what we want to do. So that's been kind of part of my thought process too, is because, now that I'm not going to be working at the preschool anymore, I won't have that income. And so where do I make that up at? And so trying to, kind of figure out what I want to do and even what would be available and where to start looking and all that kind of stuff um, is kind of daunting too. Um, I did not grow up as a digital native like my kids did. And so, a lot of this stuff just seems odd and not necessarily intuitive to me. So there's that. Okay, I don't know why they don't want to stick here. There we go. Being annoying today. Okay. I'm getting close to being done with this section. I haven't been working on this one as much as I would like because I have been focused on trying to finish my Dreamer designs. My Dreamer designs that I started way back in February and then kind of moved to the back burner while I worked on Alice for that event, and then moved to the back burner again because I was doing the Chuck Along. And so I have finally gotten back into it, but it's just such a big painting. It's looking gorgeous. So, that's not it, but it is just quite large. And so trying to finish it up as I have time. So I am going to be behind. You will be seeing probably tomorrow my goals update video where I update you on my goals for the year and how I'm doing. And yeah, not making the progress that I would like to on some of them. So we'll see how it goes. I haven't actually looked at any of the numbers and everything for it yet. So once I do that, we'll see how I feel about it, if I feel any better about it. But right now, yeah, I'm kind of frustrated with myself that I know I've let some things slide on the diamond painting front just because a lot of the situations at work have been occupying way more of my time and brain space than they should. And so, yeah, I'm looking forward to the end of school and things like that being done. And also would really like to start planning a trip to Canada this summer, but until we know for sure whether my husband is or is not having surgery, I'm kind of hesitant to buy tickets and do that. So I don't know if we're going to make it up there this summer as we had intended to or not, because we really wanted to go spend some time up there with family and then also spend some time kind of scouting out Maine, because it's always easier, in my opinion, to drive across the border than it is when you're flying. Customs in the airports are insane, and I do not enjoy them. So we have always, since our first couple of trips, we always fly into Bangor and then we drive from there and we cross the border in a car rather than via the airplane. So, and it's always just been much smoother and much easier. I don't know if it's because the people in the airports get so harried. I don't know what it is about doing it through the airport, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe I feel less like a criminal because it's more like going through the border across the border in a car feels more like going through like a toll booth than going through customs in an airport. It makes you feel like a criminal. At least it does me. Maybe that's just me. I don't know. So anyway, so we'll see how that goes. So yeah, it's just been a lot. And because I'm, debating whether or not I want to set up a business and how I want to do all of that, one of the things that I'm doing is looking for accounting slash business software. And I don't know what would be the best thing to use. Any of you that out there who are using software, what are you using and what do you like about it? I'm familiar with Quicken and QuickBooks, but I don't want to spend a ton of money on them. I mean, I just want them for record keeping purposes. I'm going to be handing off my taxes to someone else to do. So, I just want to make sure that I have software that helps me kind of keep all my ducks in a row. Um, so, yeah. So, I may actually try and make an appointment with my small business administration and just see if I can talk to somebody and see, like I don't want to go through the whole thing of like, I don't need a loan. I don't want to write up a business plan and all of that stuff. I just want some help with, the day to day kind of bookwork that goes along with, you know, a business and what are some ways to kind of keep things where I need them to be so I'm not, so I'm doing what I need to with like sales tax and I'm doing what I need to do with reporting and all that kind of stuff. So it's been so long since I did it. Like I said, all of mine were brick and mortar and you filed everything on paper and now everything is online. And while I am, pretty tech savvy, I like to think, it just can be intimidating. So especially when you're talking about doing things for the government and taxes, and I don't want to make any mistakes. So, yeah. So, there's all that. And then, and I'm not going to do Etsy. I think if I decided to open a store, what I would do would be some kind of Shopify with my own domain and all of that. But then that leads to a whole nother thing because I think Diamond Painting Anonymous is too long of a domain name, and also no one can spell anonymous. So I was trying to figure out, what else could I use? Pretty sure DPA is already going to be taken. So I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. Still pondering lots of things. So, and I have plenty of time to cogitate while I'm diamond painting, so I guess that's good. So, let's see, how long have I been blathering so far? Okay. Did you guys all catch Diamond Art Club's 50 new releases? I guess actually technically 52 since they added on the 2 mystery kits. Weirdly enough, I did several mystery kits when I first started diamond painting, and I enjoyed them. I haven't and probably won't do any on the channel just because you don't know what the image is going to be, and I don't want to run afoul of any copyright laws. Not that I would with Diamond Art Club, but you know what I mean. But since I did 2 or 3 of them, and this was before Diamond Art Club started doing them, and since Diamond Art Club started doing them, I'm just kind of like, I don't know, they just don't seem as interesting, which is kind of weird because, then I would know that they would be a licensed image and whatever, but yeah, just, I don't know, just, I don't know, maybe I feel like been there, done that. So I did, however, cave. I mean, 52 new releases. Something was going to catch my eye. I should have figured. And it doesn't help. I'm trying to stick within my budget. I probably am not going to make it realistically. It's 4 months into the year and I'm already blown past way more of it than I would like, but we'll see. Um, and I ended up ordering 2, which I thought was pretty good out of 52. I felt like 2 was pretty restrained. And, you know, with 25% off, that's kind of hard to pass up to. That's a pretty good deal from Diamond Art Club to have that big of a percentage off. That's another thing with me. I'm constantly forgetting that there are discount codes and I will go to order something. I ordered something from a company that was new to me and I knew there was a discount code and completely forgot about it while I ordered it. And then after I ordered it, all excited, and then I saw something on social media about the sale and they were like, don't forget the discount code. And I was like, dang it, I forgot the discount code again. Okay, I know I saw one of these where, oh, here it is. Like, I know I saw this color somewhere. Where was it? I've missed some of these kind of one-offs that I was going to go back and fill in before I finish up with this last color. So where's X? Well, I've missed a couple of these. Let me fill these in. So put these 2 in. I did, with my Dreamer designs, I've run into some colors that the drills have been kind of sticking together. So I have had use to use my little drill separator and it did work. Oops, that's this one. I don't know if I just didn't put enough drills in it. I had somebody tell me that it could scratch up your drills if they were resin. And so I was trying to kind of be careful with it. So I don't know if because I was trying to be careful, I wasn't as successful as I could have been at getting them separated, but I got them separated enough. I was actually afraid I was going to run out of this one particular color. And then I realized I had like a whole extra bag of it shoved in the top of the little pouch of my case that I had forgotten about. So I was like, phew, not going to run out now. I just didn't realize I had those. So, okay, I've got a couple of these to fill in and then the L. And then I think I have everything filled in this section except these down here, right? Oh, nope, I missed another one of those up there. Oh, and I missed an X. You guys, oh my goodness. I was looking for the X a minute ago and I couldn't find it. Where did it go? Still haven't found it. Oh, there it is. Okay. That's this color. Okay, and then an X, and then an L. This is the X. Where did the X go? There it is. Okay. And then the L. So, you guys will also have forthcoming, I'm going to be here shortly, once I get everything finished, putting out some information about my event in June, which is the DP for Pets that I'm going to be hosting. So I will be putting out, you know, additional information about details and all that kind of stuff. I will probably put it in as an event on Facebook. So if you are part of the Facebook group, that will go up there, or you can follow the Facebook page. I will probably put it in both places, as well as some information about the event I plan to host in November, which is DP for Vets. So, and then this is not an event necessarily. This is just a challenge that I decided to set for myself. But I'm going to probably in September, since September has 30 days, I'm going to be a challenge where I try to complete 30 by 30 canvases in 30 days. I am going to limit the number of partials that I allow myself. I am going to allow myself to do some partials / special drills, but I am going to limit the number of them because, you know, if I just did 30 partials, I feel like that's really not a challenge. I mean, some of those only take you a couple of hours, so of course I'd be able to get those done. So a portion of them will be partials, specials, or a combination of, and then the rest of them will be either full rounds or full squares. For the most part, they will probably be rounds. I've been looking, but I haven't seen a whole lot of 30 by 30 squares, but we'll see. I have until September to gather the canvases, so we'll see how that goes. And yeah, so I have had a couple people ask me if they can join along, and the answer is yes. If you would like to do the challenge along with me, you are certainly welcome. Like I said, I'm not going to make it an event, but I would love to have you guys join in and follow along and post progress and let me know how you're doing. And I think that would be awesome. You know, one of the things that I liked when I started diamond painting was the kind of sense of community. And yeah, I think it would be fun. So if that's something that interests you, keep your eyes peeled. I will be putting out more information about that as it gets closer to the date. And yeah, so I haven't decided on for sure what canvas I'm going to be doing for my DP for pets. I have a couple I could pick from. So I need to pull them out actually and see what I do have to pick from, and then maybe I'll do a poll or something if I think I can't decide on my own. Because honestly, I may have time to do more than one. The event's going to last for the whole month of June, so I may have time to do more than one for the event. And if I can figure out a way to incorporate that into some of my other goals, then I'm going to do that too, because, you know, more bang for my buck while I'm working. Okay, so I managed to finish another section. I'm actually really loving these kind of deep dark reds and the way these black ABs look. So yeah, excited for how this one is coming out. Like I said, I'm about halfway through my Dreamer designs. So once I get done with that one, I can devote a little bit more time to this one. And then I'm going to be jumping into probably concurrently my first spangler that I ever purchased. My biggest spangler, I think, although maybe not, but maybe. It's at least taller than me, so one of my biggest spanglers. And that's my Firefly Fireworks. If you haven't seen the unboxing of that, I will link it up there so you can check it out. I think I'm going to call it good here, guys. I've blathered on long enough, and yeah, I'm going to zoom out so you guys can see what it looks like so far. But I'm pretty happy with how it's turning out. So I'm loving the black ABs here in the feathers. So I don't know that I think this is all still part of the dream catcher. I don't know that I've actually hit any part of the bird yet. Although maybe this might be part of the bird. Looking at this might be a tail feather or something. So we'll see. But anyway, and it is kind of nice. My Dreamer Designs is a round and this is a square. So kind of going back and forth has been great. Still loving my we have a handle on this tips. So yeah, it's kind of nice to come back and work on this one after working on a round, because this one, while it has confetti, is much less confetti heavy than my Dreamer Designs. So yeah, it's just nice kind of to give my little brain a break sometimes. So yeah, there you go, guys. That's my whip and chat for this week. Thanks for sticking around through all of my rambling. I really do appreciate it. Leave any comments about anything I said down below. I try to respond to everything at some point. YouTube still eats things and then they show up later, but I do try to get to all of you eventually. So anyway, Thanks so much for staying till the end, guys. Before you leave, don't forget to do all the things. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. That helps me out a lot. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. That helps me out even more. And hit that bell notification icon so that you can be informed of future uploads. And as always, guys, thanks so much for watching.